morning, scholars. Happy Thursday. I hope you're having a good start of your Thursday. So as most of you know, I'm Mr. Jeffrey. I'm part of the IT department. And today, actually, I'm going to talk to you about how to access your emails so that you're able to effectively and properly talk with your teachers, maybe your peers, collaborate with your peers, or even just reach out to any staff member here for any help that you may need, or if you just want to talk. So let's get into it. So you should see that I'm sharing my screen right now. Most of you are familiar with signing in with your devices here. Okay. So as you sign in, you'll see a lot of you will open up automatically into your Google Classroom, and then also Clever, that will pop up as well. But usually when you open up a new browser, you'll see your Google search bar. So open up a new browser, of course, is always at the top. You can always hit that plus symbol to get that browser, and you'll get a tab that's Google. You should see pretty much a very similar screen to what I see here today. From there, right next to where your name, where your account is, you'll see the, usually your initial up at the top right. And right there, you'll see where it says Gmail. Now, Gmail is your email that you're able to communicate with your teachers. So when you do click that, as I'm doing here on our test account here, you'll see that it opens up into your inbox. Right now, I have nothing in my inbox here. Many of you might have stuff from your Google Classrooms or maybe from your teachers in here. And don't panic if you haven't looked at it yet. So this is probably maybe the first time you've even seen this. So of course you have your inbox over here where everything is stored basically. And then on the left also you have your sent. So whatever you send to another person will be there. All right. And to compose an email, it's simply right up at the top left here. You'll see there's a little plus sign here with the word compose. When you hit compose, it actually will pop up your message on the bottom right section over here. And now to kind of talk about the most important pieces here, of course, is right now we have an untitled message where it does say new message, but we'll get to that in just a moment. Your next section you do have, it does say the to, so you can select contacts. You can either click it and it'll pull up different types of contacts that you may have. Otherwise, the easiest route is to type in your teacher or your peer or a peer's name in here. And so I'm going to type an email to my intern. And as you see, as I start typing his name, many other people start popping up. So as I type in his name, you can see it's right here. You can simply click on the name you want, on the email that you want. And you can do this many times over. I can even send an email to myself if I really wanted to. So you can go as much as you can. If you need to remove someone, there is an X right next to the names. Another big piece of emails is that I think most of everyone is actually familiar with the subject line, but to use it in the a proper context is probably not on everyone's minds. So please, with the subject lines, you want to remember to keep it as a subject, very short, very, very short. So in this case, I'm not going to type out my message. You want to, if I'm doing a test message, in this case, I'm literally just going to type in test as a, test email as my subject line. That's how simple you want the subject line to be. Then you have underneath that subject line, you have this whole space, which is your body, basically. Many of you are kind of familiar with typing and writing, and what the body is. The body is your content. That's exactly what you're writing in your email. So in this case, you always want to make sure that you are typing in, hello, hi, greetings, afternoon, morning, some type of greeting on there, and addressing the person or persons in the email. So in this case, I had typed in hello, Joshua. This is a test email, let's say. Oops. Now, there's no rhyme, I should say, there's no rhyme or reason that we are going to ever take what we put in the body and put it in the subject. it's the subject, like I said, again, I got to reiterate, is a short term. It's what the topic of what you're putting in your email. In this case, we pretty much keep it very short and simple, which is fine. But in this case, that's my test body email. And anytime you close out an email, you want to make sure you are saying thank you, and then of course putting a signature near it. If there's ever a case where you need to attach files and such, most of you will have your Google Drive, which is right here. So when you click that, you'll be able to select files that you may be sharing with your teachers. But if it's just a simple question, or in this case, we're going to pretend that my email is a question. In this case, once you're ready to send, you go ahead and hit send, and it's off to the recipient. It's pretty much straightforward. As far as you can honestly, each time you want to make a new message, you can keep hitting that compose button, and there's a new message there for you where you can type in who you want to send it to, what the subject is, and then you type your entire email inside the body. There's, like I said, always common courtesy is always start with a greeting and end with a thank you or a sincerely within there, so that it's more personable. And then I'm going to hand it off to my intern, Josh, who will talk about how you can do this actually in your Google Classrooms.
To send an email through Google Classroom to your teachers. Hold on a second while I share my screen. Once you get to Google Classroom, you're going to want to select a class. We're going to select 3rd grade distance learning, for example. Once you select your class, you're going to want to select people. Once you select people, you're going to want to click on one of these envelopes here to talk to the teacher that you want to talk to. And when you select the teacher you want to talk to, that's all you have to do.